It's Grand Ole Opry time, starring Red Foley.
John Henry was a little bitty boy, no bigger than the palm of your hand. His mammy looked at him and proudly said, John Henry be a steel-driving man, Lord, Lord. John Henry be a steel-driving man. John Henry was a little bitty boy, sitting on his mammy's knee. Says the Big Bend Tunnel on the C&O Road, it's gonna be the death of me, Lord, Lord. It's gonna be the death of me. John Henry went to the tunnel to drive, steam drill by his side. John Henry beat that steam drill down, and he laid his hammer down, and he died, Lord, Lord. He laid his hammer down, and he died. John Henry had a loving little wife. Her name was Mary Ann. When John Henry laid his hammer down and died, she went and drove steel like a man, Lord, Lord. She went and drove steel like a man. She went and drove steel like a man. Thank you very much, friends. Thank you so much. Thank you. And a good big howdy to all of my good friends and neighbors of Grand Ole Opry.
Well, everybody's here and accounted for, Red, and I'll bet just about every state in the Union is represented here in Ryman Auditorium for tonight's show. With Rod Brassfield, cousin Minnie Pearl, yes, sir, she's back with us tonight. Claude Sharp. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. Claude Sharp's Old Hickory Singers and the Jordanaires and the entire gang.
Well, tonight's special guest deserves the turnout grant, for he's one of the top-notch folk singers of all time, my old friend, the Texas troubadour, Ernest Tubb. Yes, Tubb.
Well, Ernest will be out here picking and singing before you know it, but right now, tell the folks who's coming out now, Red.
Well, he's small and dark and comical. One of America's funniest men, Rod Brassfield.
Thank you, man. Howdy, Mr. Foley.
Howdy, Rod.
Well, sir, Mr. Foley, tomorrow is my gal Susie's birthday, and I got her a present here in my pocket. Got it done up in a little pretty box and everything. I just can't wait to see it, just gleaming and shining and sparkling on her finger.
Did you get her a diamond ring, Rod?
Diamond ring?
Yeah.
No, it's a bottle of nail polish. That just kills me to get one like that on you, Mr. Foley. Howdy, friends. By it ain't so hot tonight, is it? It's coolish outside. It sure is. Well, Susie's birthday, as usual, caught me broke, just flatter than a flitter. I ain't got nothing hardly. I called up my Uncle Sipe the other day, and I told him, I says, Uncle Sipe, I want to borrow $10. He rattled the telephone and says, Rod, I can't hear a word you're saying. I says, Uncle Sipe, I want to borrow $10 right away. He says, well, we must have a bad connection. I just can't hear a word you're saying. About that time, the operator, she says, ain't nothing wrong with the connection. I can hear every word Rodney's a saying. Uncle Sipe says, well, if you can hear him so good, why don't you lend him the $10? I wanted to get Susie something sort of nice for her birthday. She's a sweet old gal, even if she is sort of harebrained. Ain't got the dab of sin. And the other night I went over to her house, and she was there just mad as she could be. She says to me, says, Rodney, I want you to go over there to that boarding house next door and see about them folks. I'm telling you, it's awful. Says them traveling salesmen there stop there every night, and they go to bed at night and don't pull down the window shade. And it's just scandalous. And I went over to the window, and I looked, and I said, well, Susie, I can't see nothing. She says, of course you can't see nothing like that, but you just stand up on that chair. Susie's brother, he's got a new baby. He and his wife's got a new baby. Oh, it's about 10 or 11 months old now. And the other day I was over to the house, and her brother says to me, he says, Rod, what do you think of my boy? I says, oh, he's a dandy. He is sure a dinger. I says to him, I said, didn't you tell me that he had your eyes and your wife's hair and nose? He says, yeah. Why? I says, well, you better watch him now, bud. He's got your grandpa's teeth. Miss Foley, come here, Miss Foley. I went to one of these here radio quiz programs the other night.
Yeah, they win money.
Yeah. Thought I'd win something. I didn't, of course, but I thought I would. And I was sitting there, and this here quiz master says to me, he says, you, where is Helsinki? I says, hey, buddy, you oughtn't to talk like that on the radio. Then he says, all right, where's Amsterdam? I said, well, good gracious, that's worse. Then he says to me, well, all right, where is Bally Bally? I says, right beneath your chesty chesty.
Well, sir, I've known and admired tonight's guest for, quite a number of years now. Too many to really mention. He's always going to remain high on the list of my mighty fine fellows. As for talent, well, you won't find any more honest talent than you'll find in the Texas troubadour, my old buddy, Ernest Tubb. Yes, Tubb. Ernest, you know, they tell me you've been writing some real good songs again these days. Is the ink dry on any of them so we might hear one of them now?
Well, Red, as Jimmy Durante would say, I got a million of them. Yes. Which one would you like to hear, old fella?
Oh, well, I heard you going over a new one backstage there a while ago. How about finishing it up for us, huh?
Well, Red, here's the tune I think you're talking about, and I don't want to do it especially for you. It looks like
doing
it
it
kind
for
of
me?
fits you, yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's called I Need Attention Bad.
Just
Billy
stick
Byrd? Well, I took you to the station to leave on your vacation, but ever since that day I've been sad. The days and nights are lonely, keep thinking of you only. I need attention bad. It's your lovin' I'm a-missin', I need a little kissin'. Why, just to hold you tight would make me glad. I need my arms about you, I can't live without you. I need attention bad. How about you, Billy Byrd? Any cute girls, huh? Now there's lots of gals to dance with, plenty to romance with, but none can match the lovin' I've had. I need a little pettin', lots more than I'm getting. I need attention bad. I never thought your leaving would cause me this much grieving. Your going away has almost drove me mad. So baby, quit your funnin' and come on home a-runnin'. I need attention bad. Little Dickie Harris now. Lots of gals to dance with, plenty to romance with, but none can match the lovin' I've had. Lord, I need a little pettin', lots more than I'm gettin'. I need attention bad. I'm not just joking, I need attention bad.
Well, sir, I don't know any four boys that can make you have goose flesh the way they sing spirituals like the way the Jordanaires can. And they have another one for us tonight called Roll On Jordan. Boys, let's hear it.
Roll on, mighty old river, to last sweet forever. Let your wave roll gently, on your shores and gently. Someday we must cross your flow. So roll on, Jordan, roll on, oh river deep and wide. My home is on the other side. I'm gonna reach the river, gonna pray the Lord to carry me home. So roll on, Jordan. You're the last old river that God has planned to reach that mansion in the promised land. So roll on, roll
when this old
life is o'er.
They'll never ever alibi.
Hold on, mighty old river, to that sweet forever. Let your wave roll gently, guard your shores intently. Someday we must cross your
Roll on, oh river deep and wide, my home is on the other side.
When I reach the river, gonna pray the Lord to carry me
So roll on,
home.
Jordan.
You're the last old river that a God has planned to reach that mansion in the promised land.
So run, Jordan.
I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, by and by. I'll fly away, fly away. Some glad morning when this life is o'er, I'll fly away to a home on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, by and by. I'll fly away, fly away. Well, sir, every Saturday night along about this time, we look forward to hearing the news of the week from Grinder's Switch. Well, sir, we're not going to disappoint you folks tonight because she's back on her feet again and raring to go. So let's really hear a welcome for the gossip of Grinder's Switch, Cousin Minnie Pearl.
I'm just so proud to be here. Well, I'm proud to be back. I tell you now, that sitting at home and listening to this here show by what you call the remote ain't no fun. You know, though, just now one of Red Foley's musicians just accused me of kissing every feller in Grinder's Switch. Well, I told him. I said, shucks, Grinder's Switch ain't such a big place. But I don't know what I'd have done in the hospital if it hadn't have been for old Red Foley and Rod Brassfield. They come to the hospital to take me home, and you know what they done? They had to lift me up and put me in the car. First time I've been picked up in 15 years.
You're a corker. We're sure glad you're feeling like yourself again, Minnie. Tell me this, how did they treat you in the hospital?
Oh,
huh?
they was nice to me, Red, except for one thing. One time they come around and they give me some medicine, and they said take it 2 nights of running and skip a night.
Yeah.
Well, that is bad. Them nights I had to take it a running. That was bad, you know? And them nights I had to take it a skipping. That like to kill me. And me not very well, too. Well, so I better start in and tell y'all the excitement at Grinder's Switch. I know y'all are dying to know what's been happening down there. Well, Claude Perkins, he had an unusual accident last Thursday, I think it was. Yes, it was. It is a Thursday. That is when it was. I remember. It is a Thursday. Friday come right after. Well, sir, whilst at home, Claude was using his drinking teeth and had his eating teeth stuck in his hip pocket, and he slipped on the throw rug, and them eating teeth in his back pocket just snapped together and took a big gouge right out of Claude's hip. It is awful, I'm telling you. Uncle Nabob was standing there, and he said, Claude, this is one time you done bit off more than you can chew. Well, so a bunch to the boys over at Grinder Switch was sitting around the country store at Steve Jones's store there at Grinder Switch the other night. It was Pap Winkle and Dad Burnham and Grandpappy Bustrum, every one of them over 80-year-old. And they's talking about how peaceable some folks just pass away. And Dad Burnham, he said he'd like to go away by breaking his neck while riding a bucking bronco. And Pap Winkle, he said he'd like to drown while swimming the English Channel. And it come to Grandpappy, and he's older than any of them. He must be over 90. He said when it come his time to go, he'd like to get shot by a jealous husband. Well, I wouldn't feel right if I didn't tell you about Brother. Oh, I'm telling you, it's a sin and a shame the way people keep misunderstanding my brother. Some people say they think the nurse must have dropped Brother on his head when he was a baby. Isn't that silly? The idea. A nurse dropping Brother on his head. We couldn't afford no nurse. Mammy dropped him on his head herself. Bye now. See you next week.
Well, see what these people are laughing at back here now. It's old String Bean off and running. He's fixing to tell us all about a young lady by the name of Pretty Polly.
Oh, when I lived in London, the city of Merlin town. When I lived in London, the city of Merlin town, I met up with a lady, her beauty's never been found. Oh, they call her Pretty Polly, come go along with me. Polly, Pretty Polly, come go along with me. When we get married, some pleasure we'll see. Lord, I feel so unnecessary. Pretty Polly, you think it'd be unkind. Polly, Pretty Polly, you think it'd be unkind. Come sit beside me and tell me you're mine. My mind is to marry and never to part. Mine is to marry and never to part. The first time I saw you, you like to broke my heart. Oh, where's Pretty Polly, oh yonder she stands. Where's Pretty Polly, oh yonder she stands. The rings on her fingers, her little white hands.
Well, see, you know, friends, there was a day when you used to be able to go out and make phonograph records all by yourself, and maybe you'd sell a few of them. And, of course, that happened to me. I was fortunate enough to sell a few phonograph records this past year, and they fell off a little bit. And, of course, I had to get an old fellow by the name of Tubb to come along, an old man that to help me make a record or two.
Thank you, Grandpa. Thank you.
And they sold pretty good.
For a while.
Yeah, for a while, but they fell off a little bit, and now, of course, the Decca record people have had to add something else to our records to sort of help sell them. Just recently, old man Tubb and myself, we made a record and did it with Minnie Pearl, all three of us.
I'm proud. Thank you.
So we'd like to sort of give you folks, I don't know whether you've heard it or not, but here is a sort of a little preview to you folks that haven't, called the Lovebug Itch. Are you ready, Minnie? Huh?
All set.
When the love bug bites, you don't know where to scratch.
Well, it keeps on biting and then begins to hatch.
It makes the old feel young, the poor feel rich. It's just a little thing that's called the love bug itch. Oh, the day I held a
baby on my knee. Along came a love bug and took a bite of me. I put my arms around her, tied a lover's hitch. I tingled and I knew I had the love bug itch. Oh, the love bug bites, you don't know where to scratch.
Well, it keeps on biting and then begins to hatch.
It makes the old feel young, the poor feel rich. It's just a little thing that's called a love bug itch.
Well, I want me a feller about 23, one who thinks the whole world of me, one who ain't never, ever, ever been hit, a feller who's been cooked with a love bug itch.
When the love bug bites, you don't know where to scratch.
It keeps on biting and then begins to hatch.
It makes the old feel young, the poor feel rich. It's just a little thing that's called a love bug itch.
Oh, I love her lips. I love 'em close to mine. I love 'em 'cause they taste like a drop of cherry wine. I'm gonna stick to her just as if she's glue. I'm itching for her. I know she's itching too.
When the love bug bites, you don't know where to scratch.
It keeps on biting and then begins to hatch.
It makes the old feel young, the poor feel rich. It's just a little thing that's called a love bug itch. Oh, my pulse beats fast, my fever starts to rise. My heart goes pity-pat when I look into her eyes.
I break out in a sweat and then begin to twitch. There ain't no vaccination for the love bug itch.
When the love bug bites, you don't know where to scratch.
It keeps right on biting and then begins to hatch.
It makes the old feel young, the poor feel rich. It's just a little thing that's called a love bug itch.
When the storm of life is raging, stand by me.
Stand by me.
When the storm of life is raging, stand by me. Stand by me. When the world is tossing me like a ship upon the sea, thou who rulest wind and water, stand by me.
Stand by me.
In the midst of faults and failures, stand by me.
Stand by me.
In the midst of faults and failures, stand by me. Stand by me. When I do the best I can, and my friends misunderstand, thou who knowest all about me, stand by me.
Stand by me.
When I'm growing old and feeble, stand by me.
Stand by me.
When I'm growing old and feeble, stand by me. Stand by me. When my life becomes a burden and I'm nearing chilly Jordan, O thou lily of the valley, stand by me.
Stand by me.
On your partner, the lady on the left, and all join in, circle left a little while.
This is the United States Armed Forces Radio Service, the voice of information and education.
Swing a while. Now, first and third at the head of the ring, go forward, up, and back again. Swing your opposite lady in the middle of the ring and face the side. We're gone again. Split that couple on the outside track and swing that same girl coming back. Face to the middle of the floor, right and left through, go across the floor and split that couple as you did before. Back in the middle and swing some more. Face to the middle of the ring, go right and left through. Hey, stop, swing that gal behind you, pop. Circle 4 in the middle of the town and with your back at your old hometown. Here we go with that do-si-do, do-si-do, just a little bit more. Back to your own with the left once more. The sides cut in, right hand around. Back with the left in the middle of the town. Back to the side, right once more. Back in the middle of that floor. Do-si-do, just you 4. Do-si-do, just once more. And walk those ladies back home once more. Everybody balance and swing some more. 2 and 4 at the side of the ring. Go forward, up and back again. Swing your opposite lady in the middle of the ring. Face the couple on the side. Boys, we're gone again. Split that couple on the outside track. Swing that same girl coming back. Face to the middle of the floor. Right and left through, go across the floor. Split that couple as you did before. And back in the middle and swing some more. Face to the middle of the floor. Go right and left through.